Alright, so they changed it to 1 turn cooldown, the mastery. So testing it out right now to see if it actually changed. So he keeps getting the turn meter boost, whoever's in the lead spot. Definitely changes a lot. Usually we'd be up to 3-4 million before the first turn even hits. So having the 1 turn cooldown, everybody just doesn't go crazy and start attacking the boss. So yeah, this is a huge difference. But I think it has a lot to do with gear. Obviously, this gear isn't the best gear. I had like average gear on, which I'll go over in the meantime. But yeah, I'm gonna play this out a little bit and just to see kind of what the averages we're getting, because this is definitely gonna change a lot. This fucking sucks. So basically every video that you guys have watched on Hydra is completely garbage now, besides the ones that have like Krisk in it and Duchess and characters that put up the veil and stuff like that. But if you have Ishmael, he basically stops the fear from this guy. But besides that, like, you're not doing anywhere near as much damage as you were yesterday. And yesterday we were able to get up to 18 million damage. Now it's like completely different. All the silver that we just spent, all the books that we just put in, all the champs we just leveled up are complete. What the hell? All right, so this isn't fun. So that's just my takeaway. I had a whole video planned for this Hydra. I recorded a bunch of different teams testing out basically what to do, and that's worthless now. So I'm probably not going to do that video. So what the hell are we going to talk about? Okay, so you guys are all probably going to see the same thing that I see, but let me continue. Okay, so we're at 5 million, 46 turns. This guy and this guy are still eating. Yeah, it's like, do I even want to show you the video that I made, because it's pointless now. Yeah. All right, let's go over the changes. Let me get rid of this bullshit stupid thing. Okay, let me show. This was the team. We basically spent a lot of diamonds, or yeah, to try and do all the masteries. So the masteries for this you know, nerf now was to get the masteries down to this. So once you get down to this right here, 20% chance to counterattack when they apply one of these, but they just added this 1 turn cooldown. So it used to just be instant. So your whole team basically could counterattack almost endlessly. And with the War Master procs, you'd be able to do a lot of damage. So some people are getting up to like 4 million, 5 million damage before turn 1, which is what I was doing. And that made it, I would say everybody finds a niche to beat something in the game, like whether it be soloing Bommel or soloing like the Spider or Griffin or whatever it may be, but it gets you to do it. Like it gets you something to like strive for or do whatever you got to do. And when we actually figured out Hydra, like, oh shit, this one thing is broken with Ishmael, you still need good gear. You still need, you know, champions. You still need to level up a lot of stuff. And for them just to throw a wrench in it and be like, no. I know it's brand new content. I know it's like, all right, they don't want it to just be broken the first day because it's still brand new. But putting this on definitely changed it. I went from 18 million to 5 million. And I probably could have got above 20 million once I gear up or change my stats. I just got Cupidus. I just leveled him up, put a bunch of good gear on him. And what changed that I'm probably going to go back to is my Ishmaels. You used to kill the second Hydra boss like as soon as possible because he just did too much damage. So I changed up Ishmael just having no, not this one, the other one, this one. So to having no crit rate, no crit damage, basically just HP. Like you just want speed and HP and just a poison set, which we got. And I took off that he didn't have Giant Slayer anymore, so he didn't do any damage. Let me go this way. So he didn't do any damage. So I took off all the bottom stats because he was killing the Hydra boss too fast. So if the Hydra boss lasts longer, you do more damage. That was the thing. Now it's like, okay, I might want to just do a crap ton of damage to Ishmael because he's the only one that's proccing the counterattack reliably. Everything else is 1 turn cooldown, 20% chance to proc. So he needs to do damage because you guys just saw that the Hydra boss was still like halfway, not even close to dying. Now let's go over the strat. This was the team I used yesterday. Let's go over the strat. So as you can see, we're at turn 20. Let me fast forward. I had a whole bunch of runs in this one. But look, we got up to like turn 31, 17 million. Yeah, so almost 17 million, then I restarted it. So this is the first boss, right? All the Hydra stuff. That second head is the one that if you attack it, it puts up True Fear on somebody, and then that's how it procs all the stuff. So you want to be attacking that guy, and he's probably the easiest one to kill so far. The third head is really hard to kill. He's just a straight tank. And the fourth one has the redirect unless you have a hex debuff on that target. So I might start trying hex debuffs just to try and kill that guy as soon as possible. Because this strat isn't going to be working as reliable as yesterday. And the guy all the way to the left will clear all of your buffs off your team. Now, whoever you want to go as many times possible is your lead. Now, our lead is Deacon. He's the one that increases your turn meter by 15%, goes an extra turn, and then he does the decreased defense on everybody on an AoE. So you're able to proc that a lot of freaking time. So that's what's really proccing this a lot, is because he's going so much because of Ishmael's turn meter boost. So Deacon's able to go multiple times before everybody else. So he's able to kind of run up, hit the second head like this, and then it procs all the counterattacks. But you can't do that anymore, right? Because it's a 1 turn cooldown. But he's the one that does it because he does increase your turn meter. I might try Seeker because Seeker increases your turn meter by 30%, and gives you an increased attack, and also goes again. So he's able to run up, hit the second head, and then, you know, proc all the stuff. But I might have to do Relentless set on him or something that makes him go multiple times. So yeah, we'll try that with Seeker. But everybody else is basically just doing that. We have Rain here to kind of get rid of any debuffs or buffs that the enemy team has on them that we don't want. So she's in there to do that. We did bring a Bad Alcazar. He does provide a lot of the healing to the team. He can also strip the debuffs on your team. A lot of people are using the new girl, which we just leveled up. Battle Sage. So Battle Sage has she puts a Revive on Death on some of you guys. She removes all debuffs from all allies, and she puts up increased attack. So she's pretty good. She also has an A1 AoE, which is kind of what you needed for this thing. I don't know what it's going to be now. She also does have a increased speed on all battles by 19%. So she could be your lead. I don't know if we want to use her as a lead. Maybe, right? Because she increases the attack. I don't know. We'll test it out. There's so many different things we have to test out now. But I had Bellower in here because he's got the AoE. I had Geomancer in here. I had, obviously, you see Sinesha and Skullcrown. I was going to try Sylar. Oboro is really good. She can get rid of some buffs. She puts up a Perfect Veil on herself, Revive on Death. She hits really hard too. I just leveled up, I told you, Cupidus. Basically people that have AoE A1s. Ray, Prince Kymar put in the most recent one. He can get rid of buffs as well as reset your cooldowns. And he puts up a poison if he crits, which I put all crit gear on him and accuracy, so he's putting poisons out. But you have Bad L in there as well because Bad L does, and actually, fucking dog. Bad L does. Dogs. Okay. Bad L basically does the extra 20% damage with poison debuffs, and also Cupidus, I want to try him. He does the extra 15% damage on his A1 if they have any debuffs. So he'll probably do a lot of damage. What else? Yeah, I think Bad L is definitely good. His A1 heals your team, and he can get rid of debuffs. And the only thing is, like, the head all the way to the right can steal your buffs. So basically, they steal the health right there. And that's why you have to like get rid of it as soon as possible. Once they steal it, you have to get rid of it. Now she does have her A3. I'm going to save that in case there's any buffs. Oh, and this is the other strat. So once this head dies, there's a chance for him to come back, like rotate again into that position. And the way I got the most damage done was we rotated him back in. So let me see if this one gets that same head. So there you go. We got the same head, and that's good. That's how you're able to proc it multiple times. If you don't get that head, I would probably just reset and do it again. Like get the free reset and get back out. If you get another head like the flame head, you're probably going to die. There's another head in there that like does the provoke. There's a poison one that puts out all the poisons on everybody. So the whole goal is to get that second head again, and then that's how you get the most damage. So look, we're at actually I think it didn't proc. Yeah, because we're back at 0 turns. All right, so let's see what this head comes back at. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Is it coming back? All right, so look, we got the fire head. So once the fire head come out, we basically reset, go back in and try it again. So with this one, let's look at what it does. It died, and then let's see what comes back. So the poison head came back. So again, I'm going to go back in, I'm going to reset it, and I'm just going to wait for the, all right, so we reset it to here. Tried a whole bunch of different teams. Let's see. All right, so it died, and what comes back out? The blue one. All right, cool. So we got the blue one back out. Now this one, we're already at 5 million damage on turn 9. We just ran it, and I only got 5 million damage out of 50 turns. So completely different, guys. We're gonna have to figure out a way how to not use the cheese method and just, you know, have Ishmael and be all good. So I think we're gonna have to do the HP burn debuffs. They do a lot of damage. The higher you get, the more damage it's gonna get. And also we're gonna have to probably try hexes, because if the one all the way to the right eats your guy, you're kind of screwed. You might have to reset it, because then you can't target him. He has a 75% chance to redirect your attack. So you need a hex on it. If you don't have a hex on him, you can't target him. So you might have to try the hex and bring a hex person in there. There's a lot of people in the game now that have hex. None of them really have the AoE A1s though, which kind of sucks. But there was the girl that we just leveled up to 60, who was the epic from the last fusion, and she has a hex. I think she also has a decreased defense. Let's bring her out and look at her. Her name is Thylesia. Thighs. So she has an A1, 50% chance of applying a debuff spread, which is cool. I didn't book her out, that sucks. Maybe I have to book her out. Attacks all enemies on a 3-turn cooldown, places a decreased defense for 2 turns. So that's good. She has a passive, when attacking enemies under a decreased defense debuff, has a 50% chance of placing a hex debuff on them for 2 turns. Okay, so the only way to do that is you have to put the decreased defense, so she doesn't have to be the only one to have the decreased defense. Like if you have Deacon in there, and then she goes, she can attack and put a hex on somebody. Attacks all enemies, increase the duration of all debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn. So that's her AoE on a 3-turn cooldown. And attacks taking one random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies under hex. Okay, so she's okay. She's not like the easiest one to put hex out on, but like I said, there's a lot of champs now that have hex, which I don't have any of them leveled up. Rule has a attack 1 enemy, attacks all enemies, place an extra hit under hex debuffs, will ignore 25% of target's defense. Place increased accuracy on all allies, then place a hex debuff on all allies for 2 turns, 4-turn cooldown. And it fills the turn meter by 50%, so that's pretty good. So you can put a hex on everybody with Rule. And the passive decreases speed of all enemies, that's pretty good. Also increases the damage enemies under hex debuffs. Okay, so Rule might be the one to do it, so we might have to level up Rule next. Yeah. Okay, so that was the strat. Now we got the right one down. If you have multiple of them down, you have more chances to proc the blue one coming back. Like let's say the blue head died and then another one next to it died. That's a better chance of of a blue head coming back in one of those two spots. If you have 3 heads down, there's a pretty good chance that one of them is going to be the blue head. And then it comes back out, and then you target it and proc all the counterattacks and stuff like that. So really, this was going to be a video about Hydra and doing like as much damage as possible with the mastery. Now that the mastery got nerfed, we have to figure out a new way to do it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the fusion event. Hopefully that guy is going to be insane. I have a couple rares I still have to level up, and we have 1 epic so far. We need 3 more epics to get him. This guy I think would be somebody that you definitely want to invest into if you get 2 of them. I definitely would try to get 2 of this guy. The other 3 I wouldn't really care about, but definitely this guy. He's cool too. He's cool looking. So yes, sorry it's not like exactly, you know, the way that I planned it to, but at least maybe some of those will help you out in the AoE attacks. So I guess here's another thing that I saw, I think from Scratch. I think Scratch said it, but how you're targeted from the Hydra is based off of like crit and crit damage. So why Ishmael wasn't targeted was because he didn't have the most crit damage. That's why I brought him all the way down, because I didn't want him to kill the boss, also not have the most crit. So most of the people I brought on the team have like 243 crit rate or crit damage. She has 250. Slanesh has 232. So like they all have really high crit damage, so that way they're targeted above Ishmael. Ishmael wants to stay out as long as possible, so that way he's not eaten by the Hydra. And this chick, I still have to level up and get her gear on her, but we got to try her out as well. Deacon, I put him in the skills to counterattack as well. So actually he didn't have this, but I might have to take out Deacon to try somebody else that will counterattack, because now that you're limited to 1 turn, you only have basically 5 people that can counterattack, not including Ishmael. So if they all have that mastery, then only 5 people can counterattack per turn. So, and obviously Rector is still really good. This guy, I think he'll be good. I just have to mastery it out to get that mastery in there. But he has the A1, decrease accuracy. I have to re-gear him. I don't want him in a sunset, but decrease accuracy on the A1, which might help. Doom Priest hits twice, so put her into poison set if you want. Sylar has the slow, like she has everything. So slow, decrease accuracy. Like so, she's probably really good if you book her out and get her damage up. So guys, sorry it wasn't the best, but let me know what you think. Are you pissed off about the Hydra? I'm not super excited about it. That's just my cup of tea. The gear is like okay. I haven't even put any of the new gear on my guys, but you get 2 fragments for that new champ. So you only get 2 per chest, and if you kill the easy one twice, you get 4 fragments, and then if you kill the hard, or if you at least do the max on the hard, you get 2. So you get 6 fragments, guys, in like what, a week, every week. So yeah, it only take like forever to get her. It's fine. It's okay. This chick, we have 10 after 2 Hydra weeks. So 20 weeks, not bad. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thanks. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in another video soon.